Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will attend a rally in Virginia today. If you're confused, why are they in Virginia? So are we. We don't have any idea either. They're completely skipping New Hampshire as voters cast their ballots there. The reason is the pair's joining forces to campaign on reproductive freedoms. But as this is happening, a new book shedding light on their relationship or lack thereof. Quote, President Biden knows full well Vice President Kamala Harris is not up to the job of commander-in-chief, and he preferred Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer as his running mate in 2020 before caving to public pressure. Harris was also not the choice of Biden's wife, Jill, who favored former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice for the role and had fumed to close supporters.
It's very difficult for Kamala. She's had a rough 3 years, and now the president and his team kind of view her as an amateur. When they first won the presidency, Biden vowed that she and him would be true partners. But as they found her wanting, as she's sort of protested some of her assignments, there's more and more distance between the two of them. But at this point, he can't get rid of her because it was a very political decision for him to choose Kamala, and he can't get rid of her without anger.
Kaylee McGhee White, the editor of Restoring America at the Washington Examiner and a Steamboat Institute Blankley Fellow. She joins me now. Kaylee, your thoughts on this bombshell book?
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all that Biden would love to drop Kamala Harris, but seems unable to do so. And also another interesting fact from that book is that he actually preferred Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I'm from Michigan originally, and I'll just say I am thankful he did not choose Gretchen Whitmer as his VP because she would have been more effective, which would have been disastrous for Republican voters out there. But Kamala Harris she's a unique liability to the Biden campaign. And I would go one step further and say that the reason that Biden can't drop her now is not just because it would be admitting a mistake in the first place, but it's because it would be a serious blow to the DEI campaign that he ran in the first place. It was no secret that Biden chose Kamala Harris because she was a black woman. So if he drops her now, how do you avoid admitting that he's dropping her because she's ineffective? It's a real corner that he's backed himself into, and really they have no one to blame but themselves.
The book also describes what some in the White House perceive as Harris's struggles and mistakes. Among them, bullying staff, not being a team player, an artificial public presence, and annoying others with her infamous cackle and constant word salads. I mean, look, Kaylee, we've known a lot of that for some time. But why is this book coming out now? Do you think it ultimately is to try and convince Kamala to quit?
Sure, and I think there's definitely pressure from some in the Democratic establishment for Biden to push her out as well. It would definitely help his reelection chances. And, again, this just goes to the condescension that Biden and Harris have for their own voters here. The fact that he would not be willing to provide them with an alternative option. And I think that, Harris's belittling of her staff members, the way that she treated others in the White House, it shows that she really did think that she was going to be handed the keys to the kingdom. Biden himself vowed to only be a one-term president back in 2020. Now, maybe he never intended for that to be the case, or maybe when he got on the job, he realized that Kamala Harris would not be well suited to take over the role. Who knows? But either way, it is clear that she assumed that he would be a one-term president. Now, obviously, her aspirations are never going to come to light because of how poorly she has performed in office. But I do think that that's a part of the situation here.
Let's play some chess here, Kaylee McGhee White. Is this all part of a play to bolster one Gretchen Whitmer to replace Biden at the top of the Democratic ticket?
I've been saying for a long time to keep your eye on Gretchen Whitmer. She's played a quiet game, but she's definitely become a power player in the Democratic Party. Michigan was really expected to sort of turn the page on the Democratic Party back during the midterm elections. Instead, you saw Democrats sweep the statewide offices in both the State House and the Senate, and that's in large part due to Gretchen Whitmer. So, and she managed to do that without really facing any accountability for her governance during the pandemic, which was pretty surprising on my end. So she's definitely a person to keep your eye out on. Maybe she gets in the race this year. I highly doubt it at this point. I think Democrats are stuck with what they've got, but definitely in 2028.
What's so fascinating about Gretchen Whitmer, she would give the Democrats Michigan. They're not with Michigan right now. There is a huge gap between Donald Trump and Joe Biden currently in Michigan. It's something to watch. If I'm right, we're going to mark the tape. If I'm wrong, we're going to throw this tape out. Kaylee McGhee White, thank you as always. We appreciate your time.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.